Welcome to epinephrine signaling. Epinephrine, the ligand, binds to a beta-2 adrenergic receptor, which is a G protein coupled receptor. The G proteins are the red shapes below. Epinephrine needs a receptor in order to create a transduction pathway and a specific cellular response. In this cell, epinephrine is triggering glucose production. In different target cells, epinephrine has different effects. In heart cells, it increases heart rate by initiating a signaling cascade, while in adipose cells, it triggers the breakdown of triglycerides into fatty acids and glycerol. This is how fight or flight works. And just like in the diagram we're talking about, epinephrine triggers the breakdown of glycogen in liver cells by starting a signaling cascade. Okay, back to the diagram. When the ligand bonds with the receptor, the G proteins are activated. The last G protein moves away, while GDP is replaced with GTP. This new subunit diffuses to reach adenylyl cyclase. Now that this enzyme is activated, it catalyzes CAMP from ATP. Next, CAMP binds to and activates protein kinase A. The purpose of this enzyme is to add phosphate groups. It phosphorylates to activate phosphorylase. Phosphorylase converts glycogen into glucose 6-phosphate. Then the glucose 6-phosphate is converted into glucose. Finally, the glucose is secreted into the blood. But all this isn't just happening once, it's happening a multitude of times. That's called amplification. We start with just one molecule, but we end with many. This means a small amount of epinephrine elicits a very fast response. Once the process has gone through CAMP, kinase, and phosphorylase, you better believe there's a lot of product. When I think about this centered on God, it honestly blows my mind. The fact that this is happening at a microscopic level within our cells and then physically affecting our body by giving us goosebumps or a higher heart rate is amazing. To think about how God made this process perfectly with an era of evolution coding for it so that every little kink of the process is creating this result that we can literally see and feel within our bodies. It's so cool to think about this system in the context of the body of Christ, how every one of us is needed and God would truly feel it if we were missing. Because in this system, all the parts are necessary to create the product, even though they're all different.